Right, folks, this video we're going to be cleaning out a dryer vent, and I know it's been at least 2 years since it's been cleaned, and who knows how long before that. So I got myself one of these brusher jobs with all the extenders. I think it's only about 12-15 foot worth of duct work that goes down to the basement and then outside. And then of course I got some of this tape here too. If I can't get up in here behind here in this cramped space, I may go down to the basement and take it apart, clean it out both ways down there, and then tape it back up. But right now I'm going to get a vacuum back here, clean up some of that nastiness. Hey, there's a cat toy. And then work my way. It's a very short duct. I don't really like that crinkle type of thing, but I don't know if I have one short enough to take its place. So yeah, so I gotta get back there, get that unhooked, see what we're working with, and go from there. Yep, I've decided I'm gonna just have to get the washer out of the way so I can get back behind there to unhook the vent, and then I can move the dryer out of the way. So I have plenty of room in here to hopefully start working my extendable dealabobs in there. So of course, when you do this, you gotta make sure you turn your water off for both your supplies first, and then I'm gonna see if I can finger loosen either up there, maybe here because it's easier to reach, and then I got me a bucket to catch whatever water's in the line there. And yeah, all right, so got that all rigged up, hopefully not leaking all over the floor. One of the reasons I like to take this side here is so you can look in here and see if there's any buildup, and there's these little filters that you can take out. I don't see too much hard water. This one's interesting though. I don't know if that's black electrical tape or what this is. It's like rubber. And so that must have been somewhere inside the hose. It's kind of concerning, I guess. But that caught that on there. So anyway, you like to check those to make sure they're kind of cleaned out. There's no buildup. You can also check your rubber washer seal on the end of those. Might be a good time to replace the hoses while you're at it, but these ones are pretty new. Alright, made back here to this side now. I did vacuum up a little bit. Yeah, so this type of, it's just one of them spring-loaded things, so I'm going to reach back in there and squeeze those to take that off. And then I'll be able to scoot the dryer further away. I ain't going to be able to do this with the camera probably. Okay. Yeah. So you just squeeze those together like those, slide it down. There we go. That's not too bad in there. I think maybe we cleaned that out 2 years ago, but didn't do the other line. So, alright, so now I'm going to try to move the dryer away from the wall a little bit. That way I'll get more room to start running the brush. And I got to go out next and take out the cover from outside. I'm mostly checking here to make sure the paint didn't have it fused to the wall. Sometimes you have to take a razor blade and run it along there so it comes loose. But then I found out that wasn't the reason it was stuck on there. Yep, duct tape. Right, so here's the dryer vent line that comes down the basement. And that's where I was thinking I was going to take that elbow off with the tape and go clean up and down from there. But the problem I'm running into now is that unit on the little cover on the outside seems to be taped to the pipe way up underneath there, you know, all up in the insulation and whatnot. Okay, focus now. So yeah, not sure. Normally they just slip in and kind of cover the end of the pipe, but that's actually a tape to it which is then taped to the rest of that business. So I can't exactly just slide that cover piece out, I don't think. I might go take another look at it just to make sure the whole plastic piece doesn't pop off of where it's taped, but it sure seems like they somehow taped that outside piece onto there, and it didn't want to pop off. So we'll get it figured out. I just need to take another look, and nothing else, I'll just leave that sucker on and run the brush through, and all the lint will collect in the flaps on that cover, and we'll just have to clean it out periodically as we go. Well, you should have cooperated. That's what happens. Get destructive. That's fine. I got another cover I can put on there, but I gotta still get this off somehow. Well, I had to cut away that tape and unspool it, but I think this cover's gonna fit on there all right. All right, well, I got that little piece of my drill, and yeah. So then I'll just be able to attach these links to that, and you want to make sure you always keep going clockwise so that the brush doesn't fall off somewhere in your ductwork. So I just need to pull this dryer back further now, because I figure I need at least one of these length to get going, and I'm hoping it'll do okay with those bends in the lines. We'll see. And they say, of course, you can always use your hand instead of a drill, and so that's what I'll do here. But again, remember to twist in the clockwise fashion as you're going in there, not counterclockwise. Oh yeah, there's some good stuff. I'll turn this dryer on too and see what it spits out. I don't want to be too harsh on that, because again, I don't have no one to replace it, so gotta keep that in good working condition. All right, so yeah, like I said, we just put this in here, and here's the drop. So I'm gonna attach another one before I lose it, and then I'll hook the drill up and keep adding these as we go, oil drill style.
So you see, you can't see like a brush, the dryer brush. So it's coming here. You need to make sure all that built up lint is out of here. All right, there we go.
Well, I'm just backing it up now. Now, one thing here, when you're kind of bringing them back in, these get real tight together, so you might have to get some pliers on there to loosen them up. So that's what I'm going to do, so I can get rid of some of the slack and keep pulling in. Well, all right, not too bad in here. When it came back through, I'm going to go check outside, and then I think I'll hit it up with a leaf blower. Let me get this vacuumed up first, and then we'll leaf blower out and see if we get any more. Right, so some folks use a leaf blower to get in there and blow out. Mine is not going to be such a great deal in those tight quarters. So I've gone ahead and hooked this hose to the exhale. What's the word I'm looking for there? Anyway, to the shop vac. And now that's going to blow air. And I'm going to stick that down there and just see if we can blow any extra out before I hook it back up. And activate. Alright, now before I get this all buttoned up on the outside with the new cover, we'll go ahead and hook this back up. We'll let the dryer run for a minute or two, and That way nothing gets caught on that outside grate. And then I can finally get the washer back to where it needs to go, and I won't have to keep squeezing in and out and climbing over crap in here. So let's get this back on there with that pressure fit thing. Alright, when you put that back on there, you need to make sure that on the bottom side it's all snug and there ain't no leaks down there. We'll check here, see if we see anything blowing around. So let's get that turned on. Alright, I don't feel any windage, so that's good. Like I said, we'll let that run for a hot minute. See if we get anything more to blow out outside. When you hook up your water lines again, don't forget to do leak test. Now, finger tight probably should be okay with these. It's just a plastic fitting depending on your washer in there, but your rubber seal. But I hit it up with a little plier, just a little bit, make sure it's tight, because you don't want these leaking. So let's turn these on and see what happens. And of course, you like to reach under the bottom here, make sure you don't got any drips. I can get a paper towel because I think it may have been wet from earlier, so hang on. Now we're doing that there, still hooked up, a little off center, but I scooted it a bit to line it up with the washer. So yep, after I did the paper towel, I don't feel any wetness there, so I think we're good. Pro tip, try to put these close together in the middle to keep laundry from falling down in there. But all right, let's check out the outside. Now this here doesn't go in there quite as far as I'd like, as far as the overlap, but get yourself a little screwdriver and kind of help situate that where it needs to go. If you need to lift it up a little bit so you can get it around your plastic and then jam her in there. I did notice there's a couple of holes from the old thing. This one don't click in, so I put some tape in there to cover those up. And then we're going to caulk it up here. Can you tell I'm doing this in post? I didn't want my neighbors to hear me talking to myself. Anyway, I got this silicone caulk. Oop, it was clogged up there, so I'm gonna have to deal with that. But this will keep rainwater from running down the side of the house and getting all up in there just along the top side. And there it is with the cover on. She's running up there, and I don't see any rustling breeze or anything. I was hoping I didn't mess anything up over here, pushing and prying on it. The hardest part, I think, was moving all the washer and dryer out of the way to get up behind there. Yeah, I don't think there's anything coming. But that, and if I was a little more patient with the outside, with that tape, if I figured out how they had it taped, I might have been able to take that off without destroying the old one. But luckily, I had that new one on hand, so it worked out all right. Working like a charm. Be sure to check us out next time.